Hello and welcome to this edition of Fact or Fiction, the show that sheds light on the hottest IT solution trends and separates the reality from the hype. In this episode, we're going to tackle the topic of next-generation architecture, and specifically, software-defined everything. Fact or fiction? In the next 5 years, the software-defined data center will yield more cost savings for companies than any other IT initiative.
I think that's a fact. From my viewpoint, when you look at it, we have seen some of this already. Think about when virtualization first came on the scene. We became abstracted from the hardware. It didn't matter if it was vendor A, vendor B, vendor C. The question was, can you run my hypervisor? And we've seen that with the proliferation of virtual workloads on many flavors of hypervisors. You know, look at the big takeoff of things like OpenStack. You know, there's a lot of flavors out there, but Ubuntu's big in that space, Mirantis is big in that space. Most all the security vendors and software vendors out there run on those things. It allows people to set up their infrastructure and then deploy at will and at speed. And there's been some concern about, well, I don't know virtualization, or I'm a network guy, or I'm a server admin guy. It does give us an opportunity for some cross-training into those things, because we talked about there's a big skills gap. So I think by moving some of those people into more of a well-rounded role and having the ability to not have to go to 7 or 8 different teams, run change control boards for every iteration of it, will provide a lot of savings as we move down the road.
Fiction. While software-defined everything is a really cool idea and a cool concept, and I think we're seeing that in use today, the argument that commoditization of infrastructure, to me, is an interesting one. Does that mean that you can go to your local electronics store and purchase some infrastructure and then deploy your infrastructure applications on top of it? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I believe that infrastructure still has extreme value, and one of my favorite phrases is, until someone can get software to run on top of software, you'll always need infrastructure. And I think now more than ever, infrastructure is extremely important to the overall results of a software-defined infrastructure.
So stay ahead of what's ahead. Learn more from our IT experts or chat with them directly about this and other tech trends. Just complete the forms on YouTube or follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn.